Axel Weekly Band Crawl, and I have to tell you, this has been a long time coming. This is all of Skin Deep, right? I've had Lee, I've had Giff, like I've never had the whole band, but this weekend is the 35th anniversary show at Fredster's, right?
At Fredster's, yeah, Saturday night.
First of all, 35 years, man. Like, that's
Thank you.
holy Toledo. I mean, Giff is only 29. But
Well, I started the band when I was 7.
Right,
so that's
exactly.
good, you know.
35 years is a long time. And you guys still pack the house every single time.
You know, we try. You never know. Things happen, but we have loyal followers, which is really, really good.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. They come. I mean, first of all, I go whenever I can. I love watching you guys play. Tell them a little bit about the 35th anniversary show, because I know you've got some stuff in store for this.
Yeah, we have some great things going on. So it'll be at Fredster's, and which we weren't supposed to play that weekend anyway. But then the Oxford got canceled, and this,
That's
and
right.
so then Fredster said, no, let's do it here. So we're doing it there. But we're gonna have a lot of giveaways, a lot of Skin Deep stuff given away. There's gonna be a lot of pictures and old pictures of Skin Deep. There, some of the past members. We have a lot of the different past members will be there.
Yep.
Production crew will be there
Nice.
from the past. And the first 100 people in the door, or already in. If you're in there at 7 o'clock, and after that, the first 100 people get a free drink.
Nice. One free drink.
One free drink.
All right.
Oh, Silent Wealth Management, by the way. Thank you very much.
Put the plug in.
Nice. Nice. That is
I haven't
awesome.
told you this, but I have a stack of the original Skin Deep promo photograph that I'm gonna pass.
From
to you.
way back.
From
The
way
original.
back. The original.
You-
with the
nice.
original lineup.
The new guys that have not been doing this long don't really realize, but we used to, in the past, literally used to have to lick stamps and envelopes to put our flyer. We would mail.
Yeah.
Now you email everybody or
Sure.
Facebook everybody, right?
Sure.
We used to send mailings. We
we
spend
did.
hundreds of dollars in mailings, of course, to make nothing. But you know, life is way easier now, so it's you know, we just appreciate. I think the people that come out and see us,
Yeah.
they appreciate that. We really try to do, especially we play weekends. We don't like to do one nighter so
Of course.
much.
Sure.
So we want to have, and Billy's really instrumental in this. You have 2 completely different nights for the most part.
Sure.
That's huge, and now newer bands can't do that. But we've been playing together so long, you could do hundreds of songs.
Now, who's who's still original from 35 years?
Couch.
Yeah.
All
Well,
three.
Not really. Originally I replaced him when he left the band.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
Story. It's a good
So
story.
this
I met-
Yes, I need-
reincarnation of
I need to
Skin
hear
Deep
this.
is the first time that we played together. We didn't play together
We
back
didn't actually
in the
play together.
80s
Yeah,
and 90s.
Gift played guitar.
I met my wife through this band, got married. She and I moved to Cincinnati.
Okay.
So obviously
Not going to commute for the
not,
gigs.
You know, can't come for the gigs. So he actually took my place as the lead singer guitar.
He just
player.
got off the road with Dorian Gray.
He got off the road.
Okay.
And that was an interesting thing about this band is that we were all, it formed kind of out of the ashes of the 80s hair band scene where we were all full timers at one point, different bands, different times during the 80s, but all come home, all exhausted, just partied out, but then not quite ready to learn so much about stagecraft and playing and entertaining, and not quite ready to maybe give that up just yet.
Sure.
And so an opportunity to sleep in your own bed, but then scratch that itch on the weekend.
Oh yeah, and then
So that's really kind of how this. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I
You know-
definitely agree. It's just, look, and we're getting older. There's no doubt. I mean, it's not no
You're getting
secret
older.
here, except for Lapine. Frenchie's the youngest. He's not getting older, but we're getting older. It's just, as you look how, you know how it is. On Sunday,
do.
it's way more difficult.
I get off stage on a Saturday night and everything hurts.
oh yeah.
And it's not pretty, but
So you're technically 35 years. So if you joined after,
Yeah, I'm like
what-
33.
30. So we're just going to
4,
count
yeah,
it as
3-ish,
35.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good enough.
Now Dorian Gray, was that the one that you played in with Janie Lane?
Yeah, originally he was our drummer.
That is very
Yeah,
cool.
We formed that band in Akron, Ohio, and
Very,
moved down
very
here
cool.
in 1983, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now
I used to
you're
come watch you at the station.
Did you?
Yep.
Everybody used to watch them at the station.
well.
They're
yeah,
great.
I've heard that
Dorian
phrase
Gray
100
was
times.
incredible.
Station.
And now you're 13 years in.
Apparently. 12, 13?
13, we
12-ish,
believe.
yeah.
Not long enough, as we like
Yeah.
to say, right?
So
Yeah.
you would have been the newbie,
Yes, I
If it
would have
wasn't
been
for this
I
guy
was
right
the-
here,
yeah, it's still
right?
feels
Are we
like
going
it.
on 2 years?
3, actually.
3 now.
3 years.
2 years, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and you know, he was a tremendous addition. Not only did he lower the age of the band by 4.6 years,
Exactly.
which is huge. We
Somebody
needed that.
to help move the
We
gear.
needed that. He doesn't even move gear anymore. But
gear.
no, but he was
Does
just he added something. You know, he just had a little bit of energy because we're getting tired. He added some energy, and we couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now it's
shot
got to
me
be. I'm sorry. It's got to be hard jumping into a band this tight, this like old on the scene. Didn't mean old that way, but old on the scene.
Sure you did.
And being the new guy in the door. What do you think? You loving it? What's going on?
Yeah, it was a lot of songs to learn because like they say they'll play 2 different nights, complete different songs. So we have like well over 80, 90 songs. So learning that amount was and we did have some overlap from what I knew before. It was great, but I still had to learn a lot of different songs and a lot of them out of my comfort zone of just 80s airband stuff. So, but it was really cool, and it makes you a better player to learn different things, and it was just a blast from day one. So
Well, and he had to fill the shoes of Angelo Giannotti.
Exactly.
Who is arguably the best player in this town. I mean, the guy is one of the most talented guitar players around here. And he came in and just learned the stuff. And one thing about Frenchie that's really different than most of the guys out there, the iconic solos, he learns them note for note.
Gotcha.
And I'm not expecting him to learn every solo note for note, but the iconic ones, for the most part, and most of them, he learns them note for note, and we really like that because we're a cover band. We're not trying to if we're going to redo a song, we do it totally different. That's cool, but we're trying to play things like the record for the most
Sure.
part.
No, that makes sense. And do you sing also?
a little bit just back up here and there, but yeah, it's a little bit. But these guys are much better. So
Well, and the vocals in Skin Deep have always been
Yeah.
the thing, right? I mean, the
The
stage
thing.
show's great. The music is amazing. It's a wall of sound. Like nothing to take away from that. But the harmonies and the vocals are just ridiculous. So you have
Well,
to
that's
come in and
these
jump
guys
to that
here.
too.
I mean, these guys are it's hard to have one good lead singer, and you have 2 guys that are tremendous. And he used to sing with Dorian Gray 35 songs a night. I mean, you didn't have many guys backing you up, and Giff had sang the same thing. When he was at the original Skin Deep, he used to sing 30 songs a night. I'd sing a few, and
It's a lot.
Dave Pedersen would sing some, but
It's a
it was a
lot.
lot.
Having another singer that sings just arguably just as well as I do takes a lot of pressure off. Tremendous amount of
And
pressure.
it, and it moves the spotlight around
It
too.
moves
I
the
mean, your
spotlight.
audience,
Exactly.
your audience,
Just
no
about
matter
the
how great
time-
you are, these guys are
Yeah,
great.
just about the time you're getting tired of looking at me. There's
You're looking at something else, or you're watching him do a solo?
Yeah,
Or the guitar.
and so
Or the guitar.
it's a
Yeah.
Guitargan.
A
Yes.
Guitargan. Okay, we'll go with that.
Clear that
Guitargan.
up.
You got it. It is. Skin Deep shows are always awesome for that reason. The vocals are really good. The song selection's amazing. And in the last couple years, you've been adding a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
Like last time I came and saw you, which wasn't that long ago at the Alley, you had at least 6-8 songs that I haven't seen you do before.
We do that
Well,
to keep it fresh for
yeah.
us.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Sure.
there's
Yeah.
new material, but there's also material placement too. So like, if you're the kind of person that shows up at the Alley about the same, you're doing your crawl and you're doing your Friday night call, and you do the Alley, and then maybe you go down to the Post Time and you land at Fredster's, and then you round the day the evening out somewhere else. If you always see the same band at the same point, and they always play the same set, then you're only going to see those 10 songs before you're out of there. And so that's kind of why we rotate things around. So it may be that, you walked in, you saw 10 songs, but then we've,
And we hear
Jumble
complaints
things
from
around.
people come out and see us say, hey, well, this band plays the same song, the same order, the same night, every and I think that's a huge mistake you're making. If you don't know the songs, we totally get it.
Yeah.
Then alternate them, move them around, different
Sure.
sets. But
So-
we literally can play, and Billy tries. He physically tries to do 85, 90% different songs
I mean, it's
night
work.
too.
It's
Oh,
work
it's a
to
lot
do
of
that.
work.
There's a lot of work to do that.
Challenging.
And
We call it challenge.
But I think, I agree with you. I think it's worth it. I think that, and it's kind of like you said, the songs that you might think were new, we might have been playing them for 10 years, and it just
I
happens
just
to
hadn't
be
made it
that
on the list.
You just happened to come at the
Little
right
dust up.
time at the right
That's
night where it was in the set where it might not have been.
And that happens
Sure.
so much. It's
And
like we
it
all of a
does,
sudden,
it happens a lot.
holy shit, we haven't played that song in a couple of years. That's a great song. Let's put it back in the rotation. So it's
How many songs do you think you have sitting on the overall, just sitting in the roster?
Who- You made the last list. Is it 200?
150 to 175.
that we rotate.
Right, and you're playing like 35 a night,
Yeah, 40.
right?
40,
34.
yeah, longer
Okay, so,
sets.
so you can really rotate through.
You
Yeah.
really rotate through. I'd
Isn't
say
it tough?
maybe it's less than that kind of inactive rotation.
Yeah.
There's some things that I might get pulled out once in a while, and there's other things that might get pulled out once a weekend, and then there are surefire things that we're playing every night. Not many, but
Now, do you rehearse? I mean, to keep 150 songs fresh.
We don't rehearse those.
You don't rehearse any of those.
No, I mean we had to recently
That's for me.
because
Right.
yeah, it does. I mean,
Right.
We had to recently because I had my hand surgery, so we said, oh, we hadn't played these songs, and we just went through a bunch of them. But when we rehearse, it's to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
And when we learn new stuff, it's all about vocals first, and then the song, because we want to make sure the vocals are right, like you said, and that's it's
Beginnings and
huge.
endings.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's something too. Yeah, you as a drummer can identify with this. There are certain things that you could play. You could fall out of bed and play.
All right.
And then there's other things that require a little more muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
right? That are a little more challenging, that require a little more that rehearsal. If you haven't played it in 6 months, you might want to review it.
Right.
You
But
know,
you guys can do that on your own and basically
and-
come together, beginnings, endings, vocals, and you're done.
Exactly. And then there's
We
other,
can.
and then there's other things even beyond that if we as a band haven't played in 6 months, we probably as a band ought to get together and at least play it before we
Run
present
through
it live.
And we don't mind doing that.
I
thought
No,
about
I would
it, we
imagine
drive over
everybody's
there.
good friends at this point. I
When-
mean,
oh,
good
yeah.
Lord.
So whenever somebody says, hey, you want to get together next day, everybody's going, yeah, man, I'm good. Let's all get together on Tuesday.
And,
we have-
and going back to adding Steve to the band, he was such an easy transition.
He was.
First of all, he's a great guitar player. He came into the audition totally prepared.
Yeah.
We auditioned a few guys, and this guy nailed it. Sound, playing, attitude. He's a good hang. So
And I know 3 years in, it's been a bit, but those first 6 months, it's got to be a little bit daunting to get up on stage. I mean, these guys can look at each other and know why.
Yep.
It's been forever. I mean, they can just look at each other and know what's going
It was
on.
during
and you're-
COVID too, right? When you came on.
Yes, right,
Right.
before September was the first, pretty
Yeah.
much the first gig at the Alley after shut down in June, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
they were
but it was a
50%.
lot to learn, but we had had quite a few rehearsals at that point, and the first gig was still, Lee does this thing where once in a while he decides, whoa, we're gonna play this, and
Calls an
and they're
audible.
You mean
know-
Lee's unpredictable? Because
Calls
I'm
an
not with you.
audible.
Well, and these guys know, right? They've been together for so long, and if they see him do this, they know it's the next song, and then I'll go like this, huh?
Now, what are we doing?
But that's
So-
true. We call it audibles. We call audibles on
Sure.
stage, and Billy calls a lot of audibles throughout the night. He'll say, "Hey, we're doing this, Omaha, Omaha,"
Yeah.
and we're calling it. And so now he knows. He knows the language. He knows he knows the
He's
look.
got it.
He's got it, and he's been fantastic. And I mean, we couldn't be more pleased with. You lose a guy like Angelo and get a guy like this who's fantastic. We lost Brian Cadillac. And then we get Jamie, lucky as hell to grab him, and then these guys, of course, been there for the duration. So it's been a great run, and we probably have a few more years left in us, I would think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So do we.
I hope so. And what's fun to watch, which is also I was impressed watching you play the first couple shows because you did it too. You guys just don't look like you have a care in the world while you're playing on stage. Everything's fine. Everybody's having a good time. Nobody's looking around like, what are we playing? Oh my God, what's the solo? Where are we going? What are we like? It's a very professional, clean, energetic stage show, which I saw you on your second or third gig, and you were already right in the mix for that. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
Yeah, there's one thing that it's been fun since day one, and to me it's important because I do this for fun. It's a hobby. I enjoy it, and that literally 3 years with these guys, there hasn't been one argument in 3 years. Name me one band I can't say that. I don't.
I want to talk to you outside after.
Now the only argument is
Hey,
about picking songs
That's
you're gonna
the
learn
problem.
next.
Hey, but you
And-
just said he's jammed with other bands before. It's funny because he goes, "Yeah, that's a loose program. We don't want a loose program. Our program is we are
that's a good way to put it.
yeah."
It's a
Now, how
loose
do you pick the songs? Like,
Oh,
how
Jesus.
does this get
Democratic.
done?
That's the fight.
That's the hardest
We
part.
all have, we're 5 different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no
So-
one's in charge of Skin Deep, right? Like, is there a leader who like makes final decisions, or do you
We
guys?
don't. No,
think
not
and
really.
that's
I
it?
mean,
Not
we.
really.
I would think that since I'm basically the founder, but I still leave it up to them. I said, "Hey,
He answers the phone.
That's good.
I say, hey, this is what we could do, or this is what we could do. You guys just make a decision." But the song selection is really the most difficult part of our whole,
It's laborious.
because everybody has a different song. We've even tried. You put 5, everybody puts 5. Number them 1 through 5, and then mix them up. I mean, it's just and so. we come up with them. It's a difficult process, but we find them. I mean, Jamie has a knack for finding these songs that are, you would think that's never going to work, and all of a sudden, holy shit, it works. And
Yeah.
off the top of my head is Never Been Any
Never been
Reason.
any reason, yeah.
You know, remember years ago you said we got to play this song, and it's by
Head
East.
Head East, and we said what? Nobody's gonna recognize that shit, and we started playing. Holy shit, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, so we get these, and every once in a while somebody will come up with a good one, and that's what we look. I mean, you're gonna have ones that don't work. You know, you have a process.
We every song we do gets one try, 3 different venues. If it doesn't work, it's out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to basically, if we did it 3 times in 3 places and nothing happened,
And it died.
scrap heap.
So you
and
got
we're
a
done.
system.
And yes, we have to have a system so that it's gone.
We're pretty mercenary about that as well. I think we're not, maybe not so strict in terms of the rules, but it's pretty evident. You can float it around in terms of different parts of the night where you stick it in, and if it's not working
That's what she
anywhere, and it's not working in any venue either,
Then it's time to chug it.
And that's unfortunate because sometimes
There's some really good songs that we've had
sometimes
to
they're
drop.
really
We've been in the
had
same
to-
boat.
We've had to drop some really good stuff and seemingly some really killer tunes, and in some cases songs that were somebody's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
bucket list type
And
It's
stuff.
happened to
bucket
be
list
plenty.
like somebody's favorite, you know, and it's like, dude, I'm sorry, come on, it's just not working.
You know, and we try to select songs that are not so basic. I mean, a lot of the stuff we play is difficult.
Yes, it
we
is.
play some really, and we're getting ready to, you know, we already do a couple Toto songs, Hold the Line,
Do
and we
Rosanna.
do Rosanna. We're going to do Africa. And
Nice.
he's been asking to do Africa for 3 years. Giff is really into that stuff.
That is a bucket list song.
And we got to give everybody their chance to pick one of those. And we're going to learn it,
But-
and we'll see how it works.
I will say, in keeping with the rule though, if we play it and we play it well and it takes some nosedives off the stage, it's not going to make it. It's just not.
Unfortunately,
And that'll be too bad.
Right.
And I'll be sad about that.
Right.
But I'll also be happy that, you know what, we gave it a try.
We
I
gave it a
played
try.
it once. I played it a couple of times in a band. That was cool. All right.
Well,
Moving on.
and what's great about you guys, and what I'm sure I'm not the only one who's jealous of this, you have the perfect mercenary crew. Like, you guys can sing anything, doesn't matter. I mean, you did Amazed by Lone Star.
Maybe I'm amazed.
Maybe
by
I'm amazed, that's-
Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney.
Oh, really? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
shows you how much I know
Paul
about
McCartney.
which was incredible. Like, you all have
Also
these
my
great
pick.
songs.
Yes.
Oh, that was your pick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way that, like, you just have the right team to be like, we'll try Toto. We can do it.
Yeah.
You know, he can shred whatever you want to shred. You can sing whatever you want to do. You can play whatever you want. You can play whatever you want. Like, it's great
Yeah.
35 years in. If you take the total man hours in just raw musicianship between shows, rehearsals, it's daunting to real like that amount of practice time, that amount of play time. You know, it makes you elite musicians that can kind of pull off whatever you want. Which is why when so many people come to a show, it doesn't matter if it's their first time or their 51st time, they're not bored.
Well, and
Like the show just keeps them going no matter
Oh, yeah.
what.
But part of it, though, is I got to give,
So-
yes, these guys are great players, and I feel fortunate to be part of this, all right? But the crew we've had over the years, guys, and our current crew right now is fantastic, you know, with Carl and Gino and Big Mike. These guys do shit the right way. We always sound great, and that's the one thing is that we could have always, and one of the reasons we brought Steve on is that because he used to run sound on stage for Judy Behave.
Oh, okay.
So he did the sound. So he's all right. Well, that's an option if we needed that. But he doesn't want to do it. Nobody wants
Nobody
to do that.
wants to do that while
and,
they're playing.
And
No.
let me tell you something. Yes, you can sound great by running a guy's sound on stage. You can. But is he going to get all those effects and all the things that you want when Billy's singing something or he's singing something and he's like still of the night? You want those the delay effect.
Every bit as musical.
Mm-hmm.
The person running that console is every bit as musical. Every bit as much a member of the band.
Gino.
Oh, they have to be.
They have to be.
They have to be to hit the
And-
right
and-
effects and
Yep.
cues.
You know,
Gino's a musician first and
Yeah.
foremost,
He's
too,
a
so-
great musician.
Is that who's doing it now? Gino's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it
Oh, yeah.
He had some big shoes to fill when
He
Joey
did.
passed away.
when
now?
Joey
He did.
passed
Yeah, that
away.
was of course
But
horrible.
Man,
Gino's-
Carl's a good sound man. We have
Gino's
two good
awesome.
sound men.
Yeah.
And
Carl's a great
Carl
sound
runs
man.
the stage, and he's a great troubleshooter. I mean, that's what we missed when Joey passed. Joey could troubleshoot anything and figure it out, and we didn't really have that. And now Carl can do that, and Big Mike is just a big boy and helps load in, and so we have a fantastic crew.
Happy to be there.
And you know, I don't think a lot of people in other bands even realize that you have this big crew to put on that show. I mean, I walked into post time once and you were playing that night and it was middle of the afternoon and you guys were there setting up.
Yeah.
Like that is not a small stage show to put together,
Yeah.
right? Between all the keyboards, the lights, the effects, that like, it's pretty impressive that you have the crew, but also like I don't know that you'd even want to do it without the crew. It seems like it's way too much manual labor.
I can't do it anymore.
Right at this
I
stage.
physically, and I don't think anybody physically does not want to hump gear anymore.
He can do it.
He doesn't want to. Though.
He
He
doesn't
wants
want to do it.
right? I mean,
Never-
it's been the fun part of it, right? You just
Yeah.
show up, you plug your stuff, you get out, and after that, you get to enjoy and talk with people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Talk to the to the crowd and the people who are there instead of just unloading tons of speakers and stuff. So it's been great for that. You just the
Isn't
guys
that-
do a
I
great
think a
job.
lot of people get out of the business because of that humping
I
gear
agree.
stuff.
Yeah,
You know, a
I
lot of
think
people go,
that's-
yeah.
okay, this just isn't worth
It's
it.
just
You know,
not
they're
worth
hauling
it.
all the stuff and I'm going, And so, you had asked us a few years ago, what are you guys thinking about? We bring this guy on, bring this guy on, a few more bucks here, and here, and we last longer.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
We
We don't.
preserve our-
Yeah.
Look, the band makes good money as a band, but individually, you know what? It's pocket money for the week basically because
Well,
we
yeah,
want to
because
make
you
sure
gotta
that
pay the crew, you've got to pay everybody
we
involved.
work by day, so
Right.
we don't want to leave work early, hump gear, your back hurts, my hand. We're not doing that. It's
Now
just
you're retired at this point. Not from music, but from your day job, and you're doing real estate.
So I retired from UPS about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And they reeled me back in earlier this year to
Oh.
work on a project from home,
Okay.
which has been a great opportunity because I was bored. And now I'm back with the company that I worked with for 33 years and enjoying it.
you can only play
Nice.
golf so much, right?
Exactly.
That's
Being
right.
retired is not all it's cracked up to be.
So I got two questions I think everybody's interested to know. First off, for each one of you, I'm curious, what's the favorite song? Like everybody in the band has to have a song that you get up on stage to play, and you're like, I hope we do this one because either you love playing it or you love listening to somebody sing it or whatever. There's got to be one. New guy first.
Well, if I have to pick only one, I really do like Get the Funk Out from Extreme. But Still of the Night is a close second.
Nice, nice. What about you?
It's hard for me to pick one, but I'm gonna do. There's one that I just like to groove on, and there's one I like to play only because it took me a while. Rosanna took me a while to learn,
I'll bet.
and I don't play it like Picaro. I can't. Nobody can.
Right.
So, but I play it as close as possible.
And it sounds great.
And I appreciate that, but it's difficult. And then I love just a groove, laying down the groove on Dirty Laundry, only because it's just one of those, bum, ba, 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 bum, 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 bum. I mean, he's playing and he's playing. It's just a great groove. So those are my two favorite ones.
I like the two songs we do by Sweet, the Ballroom Blitz,
Uh-huh.
and what's the other one?
Fox on the Run.
Yeah, Fox on the Run and Ballroom Blitz. are
Classic 70s
Two
stuff.
favorites
You kill them.
to play and perform. Yeah, they're fun.
So many bucket list songs that I'm so fortunate to be able to play after years and years and years in the business, to have these guys willing to do it. The Suite was definitely
Sure.
one of those, and it was serendipitous timing because Fox on the Run kind of regained popularity from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The movie kind of brought that back up. I was like, yeah, we need to be doing that. The Whitesnake, surprising. Never thought that I would really take to that, but I'm enjoying that. The Toto. I am a Toto freak. My whole family actually is a Toto freak. There's so much music that those guys played on it.
Oh, yeah.
We're just not. Most people just aren't even aware of. So I can't really. That's a smattering of what I'm enjoying. I'm happy to be here.
For me, a lot of times it depends on what's the newest song. I always enjoy the newest song that we're doing. I'm sure we've been playing. I remember when I first joined the band, it really wasn't so much of a classic rock band as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, I wanted to do Roll with the Changes. I've never done Roll with the Changes. Can we try that?
Yeah.
They didn't think it was going to work, and I said boom, 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 and I love doing that. So that has a nostalgic memory for me.
Sure.
It's a blast for me. I like doing Smoking because it's a kind of a show-off song. But as far as songs that I really enjoy playing, I mean, it changes from week to week. I'm telling you, there are songs that we don't get to play, and then I go, oh, I love that song. Oh, I love that song. When I see you smile, I love playing that.
Love that song. We don't play it that often.
No, we don't.
I've never heard you do it.
I've
never heard
It's
you do it.
when I see you smile, John Waite, and Billy is John. We're both John Waite fans.
Yeah.
But he is he could sing John Waite. That is, and he's such a great singer, and he could do that stuff. And when he sings, we used to do Midnight Rendezvous.
Sure, yeah.
He shredded it, and then now he does When I See You Smile. Once every 3 months, 4 months, we play
He
it.
just throws it out.
But it just that's his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And we try to pick song. That's one of the things. We pick a song. It's got to be sure that one of us can sing it well, because it doesn't do us any good if you can't sing it worth a shit.
Right, right. And vocally, again, that's one of the things. You go to a Skin Deep show, you know that's what you're in for. Like, the vocals are a focal point of how well the band sounds, how full the band sounds.
And that's just because I've always said that. I told you this before. There's a lot of good bands in this town, and
A lot of good bands.
great musicians that can play the
presence.
crap out of these songs. Probably play them better than we can, but can they sing them? And can they sing it with all the parts and all that? And I learned a lot from Gift being part of my rhythm section, is that we got to let things breathe. So not only do we let things breathe, the timing wise, but vocally. Like Jimmy will say the other night we were rehearsing, he goes, "Let it just we ended a phrase." He goes, "Let it just kind of end like ah." So we work on that stuff, and we work on choruses. We work on bridges, on all the harmonies, and we, well, hey, double hymn. Hey, no, let's add something there. We do that stuff.
Yeah, and before I ask my next one, I almost didn't bring it up. How's the solo stuff going?
It's going okay.
I see it online all the time. I mean, music's great. Do you guys ever perform, like, do you ever wind up doing Billy songs in a Skin Deep set?
We have. We've done a couple of them. We did a song called "Girl Next Door" a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and we've done "Next to You" a few times. I love writing and recording. I love the process, and I've worked with some really talented guys, producing wise.
Mm-hmm.
My old guitar player from Dorian Gray, Dave Chamberlain, he produced and played most of the instruments on my first album, and then Brooks Paschal, who was Brian Howe's producer,
Mm-hmm.
has done my stuff for the last 8 to 10 years,
Very nice.
and he's excellent.
And there's rumor there may be some Skin Deep originals in the works?
Yeah,
It'd
we
be
Yeah, might
nice.
throw in a few
I think
things
we
in
all
this
have
one.
some ideas, and it'd be nice to put them together.
That'd be very cool. I don't think I've ever seen you do an original either. That would be
we
awesome.
have we'll do some, and we're gonna spend some time on it.
I've actually got a song that I wrote with Angelo,
Oh, really?
prior guitar player that we made
Okay.
for this.
All right. Well, I'm anxious to hear about that stuff too.
Got to get his permission first.
Now, there's got to be. You're right. You got to get with him first.
But
Talk to his people and make
yeah,
sure
he'll
it's
talk to
open.
his guy.
Now, I don't want to be remiss and forget to say Shadow Cabinet's going to open for you guys
Yeah,
on Saturday,
we're
right?
excited about
That's
that.
awesome.
So
So-
the event starts. It's going to be obviously the doors are open earlier because they serve lunch.
Sure.
But at 7:00, 100 free drinks, one per person. The first 100 people are going to get a free drink. Then Shadow Cabinet's going to come on at 8:00. We got DJ Michael Knight. They'll be
he's
DJing
great.
from 7 to 8. He's DJing through all the breaks. We brought him in as well. There's going to be a ton of giveaways. It's going to be just a big celebration. I mean, and a lot of the past Skin Deep members and crew guys are going to be there. We're just going to hang and just have a great time.
It's going to be cool. So Bob Cole's a friend of both of ours, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be cool to see him on a big drum set.
Yeah.
Like, he normally shows up with a little trap kit or something teeny, and he's going to be behind the DW. I'm assuming.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
That's going to be awesome.
Kid
I'm
in the candy
definitely-
store.
Oh yeah, if it Kid in the Candy Store for sure.
He's a great
So
guy.
here's
I love
one,
him.
and then I'll leave you guys alone. 35 years in, there's got to be a couple of funny stories that nobody knows. There's got to be a
I'd like to
like,
keep it
can't
that way.
believe
Yeah.
that happened.
I'd like to keep it that way.
I mean, there's got to be something that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe X.
Like I said, the family thing.
There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, and a lot of funny things. But can we publicize?
But
all
they're
these
not
funny
fit
things?
for public consumption.
Let me tell you something. Some of the funnest days were our days at Townsend's, and
Townsend's
back in
Fish
the day.
Stories.
And the things that I've seen is just incredible. We played Sloppy Joe's down on Church Street back
Yep.
in the day. And I don't know about these guys, but I do this because we do a lot of opening act stuff. We used to when concerts were going around. And that's what I do it for, to open up for a Pat Benatar or Aria Speedwagon like we have, or Eddie Money. That's kind of what we do it for. To me, those are the big times,
Those are-
to me.
Yeah.
Well, you've got lots more coming because you still got plenty of life going. We don't
Yeah.
expect a final show notice anytime in the next decade. I'm just letting you know.
I don't know about next
We'll
decade.
have you back on for the 40th,
Hopefully it
and
makes
then
the
on
40.
the
That'd be cool.
45th, I'll
40
come to
40
whatever
people.
nursing home you're in. I'll grab
That'd
the
be
camera.
good.
I'll go wherever you are. I'm super excited for the weekend for you guys.
Are you gonna be able to make it, or are you playing this weekend?
We play, but I think we're done early, and if we're done early, then I'm definitely coming by to check it out. And then obviously, you know, I feel bad for all the other bands in town. Luckily, my show isn't local because that's where everybody's going to be this
Well,
weekend.
I
Is
mean,
at the 35th anniversary show.
And our friends out there in the music world, because we all are friends with all these guys out
Sure.
there. You know, and so
Absolutely.
a lot of them have helped us, have subbed. I mean, so some
Yeah.
great people like Emmett and Sterling. These guys have subbed for us, and Brian Musser. So you know, Bill Hamilton has subbed for him,
Yeah.
which is impossible to sub for him.
Did a
And
great
Bobby
job, too.
France and Steve Tedesco and Stevie Mancuso
Q.
and Brian Cadillac. So we have some great guys out there. We encourage all the guys that have played with us in the past and the subs and just come on, hang out, we'll jam, have a great time.
Big
It's going to
family
be a
reunion.
fantastic time. And
Yeah.
you know, if you send me some old photos or whatever, we'll put them at the end of the interview in a video slideshow for people.
I have a scan of that, of the, you know, I was talking about.
Send
the
it
original
over.
Promo. I'll send that on.
Send it over.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's funny.
Absolutely.
It's back when I had hair.
Well, hair band, I figured there was hair involved at
Yeah,
some
hair.
point. That's all. Well, congratulations again. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic show. Thank you for all the great music that you've brought and continue to bring. Always look forward to seeing you. You know, every single time. Fantastic addition to the band. Thank you guys for watching very much, and please check out the show this weekend with Skin Deep.
See you
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
See you.